Hey y'all, Jeff here, back again with another cigar review this evening. As promised in my last video on the Baccarat, I said I was going to do a review on the other cigar that my friend gave me for doing a little work for him. And this here is the El Rey del Mundo. And this is the Reserva Nicaragua. Got a pretty nice band on it. And then you can see this, it's kind of a wax papery sleeve that's got the El Rey del Mundo logo emblazoned on it, and then there's a little footband that says Reserva Nicaragua. And El Rey del Mundo in Spanish means King of the World. And that's about all I know about this particular brand of cigar. I've never had any of these, so this will be a first for me. The Reserva Nicaragua has, the wrapper is a Honduran sun-grown Olancho San Agustin, which Olancho is apparently a region or a principality or state or whatever, if you will, in Honduras. And San Agustin is apparently a very fertile valley where this tobacco is grown. The binder is a broadleaf binder, and the fillers are a combination of Honduran and Nicaraguan. Really nice oily sheen on this cigar. You can see a few little small veins there. Nothing really terrible though. Nice tight seams, not quite invisible. This is not a expensive or super premium or anything like that. These guys, you know, $2 to $4 a pop, I think you can get them for. So, you know, that's, you know, sometimes you get what you pay for. Sometimes, you know, $2 to $4 cigars will beat the hell out of a $10, $15 cigar. So, anyway. I'm getting kind of a, definitely a barnyard smell, but there's this weird kind of vinegary bitterness. And I don't know if that it's from, yeah, this thing kind of smells that way, so that may be part of it, but I'm getting a barnyard, definitely. Plenty of earth on the foot. And a little bit of cocoa. And a lot of the same through the pre-light there. Earth and cocoa are the predominant flavors that I'm getting so far. So we're going to go ahead and toast this thing up and get into it. I've never had one of these before. Like I said, this is one that was given to me by a friend of mine along with the Baccarat. And the Baccarat I've had before. And it was a pretty enjoyable cigar. I've read a few reviews on these and watched a few YouTube videos, and they appear to be a kind of middle of the road, you know, cigar. Some people like them, some people don't, but I guess they could swing that way for any cigar, really. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll see if I like it or not. Okay. Okay, right off the bat, the draw, just the right amount of resistance. A lot of dark, earthy notes. Dark, earthy notes, and a little bit of a kind of a baker's chocolate, kind of bittersweet dark chocolate kind of taste. Not a creamy milk chocolate or anything like that. And then a little bit of a spice coming up on the finish there. Okay, so that's a pretty good start. I'm going to get into this thing a little ways and let you know what we've got. Alright, here we are back again, guys. We're probably about 15 minutes into this thing. It's a kind of a slow burner. As you can see, the burn is really nice, not needing any touch-up. Nice solid ash. Performing really well so far. Pretty enjoyable in my opinion. Flavors wise, it's an earthy core. You know, it's, you know, the base of it is the earthiness. And then there for several draws, there was plenty of leather right there building after the draw there. And then that was pretty much it. And then a couple of times there, you know, a few more draws into it, I got a couple of hints of coffee there, black coffee, and a few draws, and then it quickly disappeared. The spice that was in the beginning is quickly faded out and within a couple of draws, and so it was just a lot of earthiness and leather. And then here in the last few draws, a kind of a dark chocolate, you know, that bittersweet chocolate, like on the aromas on the foot, have come up, and then a black pepper flavor on the finish. And so that's basically the flavors that I'm getting so far. Like I said, it's burning real nice. The draw is real nice. Ash is holding on real good. So we're going to get a little further into this thing and see what kind of changes, if any, we get. Okay, so here we are back again, guys. I'm about 45 minutes into this cigar, and not quite to the halfway point. So it's turned out to be kind of a slow burner. As you can see, the burn is still fairly decent, not needing any touch up. It started to tunnel on me there a little bit earlier, and I touched that up. I haven't had any problems with it since. The draw is still right there, perfect where you like it, not too tight, not too loose. Flavor-wise, just a lot of the same core flavors I was talking about in the last update there, with that earth and then the leather, and then wood has kind of kicked up now. So those three are kind of intermingling with each other. There hasn't really been any more coffee, any more of that dark chocolate, and very little to any of that black pepper has come in. This is a medium-bodied cigar so far. Very little strength so far. So, I mean, mild to medium in strength, and a medium flavored cigar. So, I mean, it's pretty enjoyable so far. It's what you would expect from a under $6 or $7 cigar. Not cheap, by any means. This is a handmade premium. It's just on the lower end of the price scale. That doesn't always mean it's on the lower end of quality. So it's pretty enjoyable so far. I'm going to get into this thing a little bit more, and then I'll come back to you and tell you if we've got any changes or if it stayed the same and how I like it and all that kind of stuff. So just hang tight, guys. Okay, guys, so just one quick little update on this cigar. I'm still performing really nice. It tunneled on me once again, so I had to touch it up again. And so that's an issue that I've had with this cigar. This is the only one of these I've had, so I don't know if this is, something that's with, tagged with these cigars, that they all have this tunneling issue or not. But I did figure out after touching up that last one and knocking the ash off, that if I kept the ash shorter, ashed more frequently, it would keep the cherry hotter and continue to help the wrapper burn, which of course with most cigars is where a lot of the majority of the flavors come from. Now typically I don't like to ash frequently because the ash acts as an insulator on the cherry, not allowing it to overheat and thus make the tobaccos bitter, the flavors bitter in the tobaccos. But with this one, you just control the draw on it so that you don't overheat the cherry. But I would say about every half inch or so, keep ashing it so that the wrapper will burn and you'll still get some more of those flavors. Again, draw is really nice, and there's not many changes. A lot of the same flavors. It's really smooth. Again, it's it's a mild strength, medium bodied, medium flavored. It's starting to ramp up just a little bit, but as you can see, we're only about at the halfway point or so, and I'm probably about an hour into this thing. So we'll get into this thing a little bit further and let you know what we get and see how long this thing burns. Okay, guys, so here we are. I'm a little over an hour into this thing, and we're probably a little bit past the halfway point here now. The dumping the ash more frequently seems to have helped with the wrapper, and so it's burning a lot better now. The flavors on this thing, again, it's that earth core. That's something that's always there. The leather and the wood have been kind of tagging along throughout the whole thing, but they kind of fade in and out. I thought I caught a couple of notes of cedar on a few drags, and by the time I was ready to pinpoint it, it was, it faded out. And so, I mean, those three main flavors are what I'm getting, but I mean, there's been several other flavors. It's just a few draws and they're gone. And like I said, the earth is pretty much steady throughout. It's the other flavors that kind of fade in and out, which makes it kind of an interesting cigar. So, in the last half here, of course, there's been a lot more of a smoky characteristic that has come in on this thing, which is really nice. So it's been a pretty enjoyable stick so far. I'm going to get on down to the end of this thing and let you know what I think and my final thoughts. Okay, guys, so here we are on the tail end of this El Rey del Mundo, Reserva Nicaragua, or in English, King of the World, Nicaraguan Reserve. And really no changes in the flavor, really. It's just been a lot of that core earth leather and wood flavors, but everything is taken on, like I said in the last update, a smoky characteristic, and that's just kind of amplified. It's really nice for me anyways. The strength did kick up a little bit here toward the end, just a little bit past the band point. Nothing terrible for me. Of course, nicotine affects everybody differently. I smoked for over 20 years. I just quit in the last 6 months, so I have a little bit higher tolerance. Nicotine, not many cigars can make my head swim except for one that I have found so far, and that is the Diesel Wicked by AJ Fernandez. And you can't really find those in anything but samplers anymore because they were a limited release. But this one here, this is not a limited release. These are readily available, and they are budget friendly. And in my opinion, they would be box worthy as a regular rotation in my humidor, because of the fact that I'm a working stiff and I can't afford to smoke those super premiums that I love, all the time. So if you're the type of person like me that likes a pretty mild to medium cigar that builds closer to the full end by the end of it and has some pretty nice earthy core dark flavors to it, this would be a cigar for you. You can find them online pretty easily. Like I said, they're pretty affordable. I have enjoyed this one. Now I'm thinking about getting me some more of these now and keeping them as a regular rotation. But this has been the El Rey del Mundo, Reserva Nicaragua. I like it. Check it out for yourself and decide, what you think about it flavor-wise and strength and all that kind of stuff. I wanted to, again, take time to thank all of you for watching. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment if you want to. Subscribe. But I'm going to get through the rest of this thing, and I'll see all of y'all later. God bless. Good night.